Hello and welcome to my study channel Study Lead. Dear students, as I had promised you few days back that I would come with few more series of grammar discussions, and today here I am with a brand new series of the grammar discussion of the Improve Your English series. Dear students, in the Improve Your English series, I would be trying to cover all the important aspects of the grammar. And if you stay connected with us and subscribe and like and share our videos, you will be getting the updates as soon as a new video is being uploaded in the channel. And this would help you to get more of the informations related to the grammar and the languages also. So my dear children, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. So in today's series we are going to discuss about the very important subject predicate aspect. You might have heard about subject and predicate, but maybe there may be some questions in your mind. You might be getting confused while identifying the subject or while finding a predicate of a particular sentence. But after watching today's video, I am very much sure that it would help you to find the subject or identify the predicate of a sentence very effectively and quickly without any error. So, why so delay? Let's get started. Dear children, as you all know, that every sentence contains two parts. What are the two parts that a sentence contains? You must be knowing whether it is Hindi or Sanskrit or in English also. It is very much common that every sentence must be having a noun. Noun means a person or an animal or a thing. Or you can say, in very short, you can say that the doer of the activity is someone who is doing something. Okay? So someone who is doing something is one part of the sentence, and what he is doing is the another part of the sentence. Okay? So we may say that when we make a sentence, we name some person or thing, that is the first part, and we also say something about what that particular person is doing. I would like to repeat it for your understanding, that whenever we are going to make a sentence or whenever we frame a sentence in English, we mention two things in that sentence. First, we try to name some person or thing. There must be a name or a person, the first part of the sentence. And the second one, what that particular person is doing is also mentioned in the sentence. And these two parts have got two different names. In English, the one who does something is called a subject. In English, we say that one who is doing something is called a subject. What you used to call it noun in your lower classes when you were in the primary sections, your teacher must have taught you. Okay, naming words are called nouns. So all those naming words, my dear children, are called subjects. They are part of the subjects. I would say it would be much better now as you are coming to the secondary sections. So you need an improvised version of the definition. So here the subject may be defined as the noun or the doer of the activity in a particular sentence. Let us take some examples and try to analyze it and understand it. And we would also try to find out the subject part of these particular sentences. So dear children, at first I have taken some common sentences into account. I mean, in the very beginning series of Improve Your English, as I had told you that there are 4 different types of sentences. I hope you remember it. What are the 4 different types of sentences? Assertive sentences, interrogative sentences, exclamatory sentences, and imperative sentences. If you have missed my first video of Improve Your English series, do not forget to watch. Today, go and watch it again. And again you come back and try to watch this particular video again. This would help you understand much better. So my dear children, let us come to the first example that I have taken here. The horse ran around the field. The horse ran around the field. So here we would try to find out what the subject is. So my dear children, here I would like to give you a very short technique also. However, I do not recommend shortcut techniques actually. There should not be any kind of shortcut. There should be, everything should be learned through hard work only. Because when you do some homework and when you do some hard work and gain something, learn something, that learning has something great importance in your life and you never forget it. But something that you achieve through shortcuts, you may forget it also after some time. So that is why, but still I would help you as you are small kids, okay, or you may be very much new to this particular language or maybe very much new to this particular concept. That's why I would try to give you a very short key. If you ask a who question here, then you would easily get the answer what the subject is. I hope you got the point. I hope you got the point. If you ask a who questions here, then automatically the answer that you get, that would be the subject. Let me just do it for you. The horse ran around the field. Who ran around the field? If I ask a question, who ran around the field? Answer would be the horse. So dear children, the horse is the subject. The horse is the subject. I hope it is clear. Come to the second one. Charlie contributed to PM Care Funds. Charlie contributed to PM Care Funds. Let me follow the same technique. Who contributed to PM Care Funds? What answer do you get? Charlie. So here, Charlie is the subject. She is the doer of the activity. What activity is going on here? She is contributing to PM Care Fund, Prime Minister Care Fund. So Charlie is the doer of the activity, hence it is the subject. Charlie is the subject. Come to the third one, that is again more interesting for you. The dancer got a standing ovation. The dancer got a standing ovation. So here in this particular sentence, my dear children, let us ask the question who? Who got a standing ovation? Answer would be obviously the dancer. Hence, the dancer is the subject in this particular sentence. So in this way, identification of subject is quite easy. It's very easier task. If you ask a question beginning with who, then the answer that comes out is the subject. But there may be some variations, okay, there may be some exceptions in English also. You need not worry about it as you gradually improve your English. So definitely you would be overcoming all hurdles that comes on the way. Now here I have given two special notes, my children. What happens in some cases, as you found that in these three sentences that I have mentioned in the beginning, here you found that the sentence contains the subject part in the beginning of it. The sentence contains the subject part in the beginning of it. But it doesn't happen all the time. Let us take an example of such kind. Have the guests arrived? Have the guests arrived? Who arrived? Who have arrived? The guests. What is the position of the word the guests? It is in between the words have and the arrived. I would say it has been used between the auxiliary verb and the main verb. It has been positioned in the middle. So it is not necessary that the subject is always used in the beginning of a sentence. It may be sometimes found in the middle. It may be sometimes found at the end of a sentence also. So you have to be very, very clever. So I told you the very easy technique to find out the subject. You simply ask a who questions and that would help you find out the subject easily. Let us come to the second note point. The second note point is very interesting. In some sentences, the subjects are found omitted. Omitted means not mentioned. Hidden means it is not at all written there. How would you find it? Very simple technique. You ask the question, you ask the who question, you'll get the answers of yourself. Let me clarify this with an example for you. Go and bring the dust. What kind of sentence is it? It is an imperative sentence. It is an imperative sentence. So imperative sentences usually do not use the subject. They do not carry a subject in them. So let us see what is the hidden subject here. What is the hidden noun? What is the hidden subject? Who is doing this activity? Let me ask a question here. Then I will be getting my answer. Who will go and bring the duster? Who will go and bring the duster? Answer would be you. What would be the answer? You. So here, what is the omitted or the hidden subject? It is the you. So I hope it's now clear to you. So the next time you find an imperative sentence, you can easily find the subject in it. The next time you encounter an interrogative sentence, you can easily find the subject in it using the technique that I shared with you today during my video. Now let us proceed to the next part of it. As I told you that sentences consist of two parts. One is about the who is doing the activity is called the subject, and what he is doing, what that particular subject is doing, that activity is called the predicate. That activity is called the predicate. So I can define it as the part of the sentence which gives us information about the doer or subject is called a predicate. For example, my children, the parts which are not highlighted here are predicate. I have repeated the same example so that you do not get confused. Okay, you will not be getting confused. So that is why I have repeated the same examples that I used while discussing the subject with you. Now let us see. The horse ran around the field. The horse ran around the field. By asking who question, we can easily filter out, we can easily separate out the subject. Apart from the subject, whatever are left in that particular sentence, the remaining things that are left out in the sentence, that forms the predicate. That forms the predicate. It is very easy. It is very easy. And there is one more technique to that also. I have a very simple technique for you to tell you. What is that? You simply make a what question. Simply make a what question. How to make a what question here to get the answer about predicate? Let us see. Very simple. What did the horse do? What did the horse do? The horse ran around the field. Answer would be ran around the field. So this is the activity the subject is doing. Hence the activity it will be called predicate. Hence our predicate in the first sentence is ran around the field. I hope you got it easily. Now let us come to the second one. Charlie contributed to PM Care funds. Let me apply the same technique here to get my answer. What did Charlie do? What did Charlie do? What would be your answer? Contributed to PM Care funds. Contributed to PM Care funds. Very simple. So in this way, by asking the what questions, you can identify or separate the predicate from a particular sentence. Let me come to the next one. The dancer got a standing ovation. What did the dancer get? What did the dancer get? Got a standing ovation. Got a standing ovation. So it is quite easy here. Okay? So by asking a question beginning with what, you can easily find out the predicate. Similarly, have the guests arrived? What have the guests arrived? Can we ask what questions here? Yes, obviously we can. Let me try it. Okay. What did the guests do? What did the guests do? or you can simply ask in some other way also. Okay, what are the guests doing? What would be the answer? The guests have arrived. Have arrived. They have arrived. Have arrived. That is the predicate. So, dear children, in this way, it is quite easy for you to identify the subject and predicate now. You should try more and more. You must practice it at home. The next time you find a sentence written in a book, written in a newspaper, or flashed on the screen of the television, you just try to note the sentence and try to find out what the subject is and what the predicate is. The more you practice, the more you perfect become. Okay, so here for your practice, I have given some sentences. Do not forget to try it at home. Yeah, yes, I will be waiting for your reply also. In case if you struggle to find the predicate and the sentence subject in these sentences, you just do not forget to write a comment and keep your feedback while watching the video. Please do watch it, like it, share it, and comment it. I hope you have understood it now. So, thank you for watching my video, and hope the next time I'll be coming with one more interesting clip for you so that you get a better knowledge of the grammar. Thank you.